Hello, I'm Tony DeMaria, the editor of JACC, here with a highlight from the April 30th issue. And this highlight deals with the prevalence of peripheral vascular disease in elderly Americans, or let's say American adults. And interestingly, it comes from Lifeline Screening, a service that advertises in over 20,000 sites in the United States and provides ultrasound screening for carotid disease, for abdominal aortic aneurysms, and ankle brachial index for a modest price to individuals who volunteer for this service. The Society of Vascular Surgeons was able to acquire this database and used it to analyze for the prevalence of vascular disease. And it was particularly valuable because of the enormous size. They managed to get over 200,000 individuals over the age of 80 and over 10,000 individuals over the age of 90. So some very unique data. And what they found for the population overall from age 40 on, that the average incidence of peripheral vascular disease was about 7.5%, but importantly, it increased dramatically with age. So that in individuals over the age of 80, there was about a 20% prevalence, and in those over the age of 90, there was a 30% prevalence, almost 1 in 3 individuals having some evidence of peripheral vascular disease. Now, they used, for their definition, carotid stenosis of greater than 50%, an ankle brachial index of less than 0.9, or the prevalence of aortic dilation diameter of greater than 3 centimeters. And in using these criteria, they found that overall in the group that the incidence of carotid and peripheral vascular disease, PAD, was about the same. The incidence of aortic aneurysms was less than 1%. As people aged, there was, interestingly, some differentiation. There was a somewhat greater increase in the incidence of peripheral artery disease with age than there was of carotid stenoses. Now, whether this represents a difference in pathophysiology or a survival selection, whereas those people who might have had carotid stenoses might have died earlier. This, of course, remains uncertain. Nevertheless, this is a fascinating study of people who volunteer for examination on the prevalence of peripheral vascular disease, and does again point out what we've known for many years, that there's a dramatic increase in evidence of peripheral vascular disease, even in asymptomatic individuals as they age. I certainly hope you'll enjoy reading this article.